let me tell you about a story about how we got to the point in our playbook where we put in a new play. And it all started in Philadelphia. We were playing the Philadelphia Eagles. And on this one particular play, it was a toss play. I was going to my right. And as I was running the ball to my right, we had a big tackle by the name of Phil Parsderick, who was 6'9", one of the tallest tackles in the league at the time. He was pulling. And so he was pulling, so I couldn't see. So on my toss plays, I would stretch the defense and just find my alley, which way I went, where I wanted to cut back. And so as I'm running, he's blocking my view, and so I'm getting close to running out of bounds. So I decided I better cut back now. And so when I cut back, that's all I remember. The next thing I know, I was standing on the sideline. I'm standing on the sideline wondering, how did they get the ball back? And my roommate at the time, my fullback said, "Shut up, you MF, you fumbled." But what happened was, as I was cutting back, their safety, Ray Ellis, he hit me so hard. I mean, it was so hard that the only thing prevented my helmet from completely coming off my head was my chin strap. It stopped it right here at my forehead. And as the story goes, my guys, they say they were looking down on me, and they said, Ron Springs, my roommate, he said, he looked down at me, he called me T, said, "T's, man, I think T's hurt bad this time, man. I think he's hurt bad." Because they said I was quivering and my eyes rolled up in my head. And so now, you know how they do it nowadays, right? You know, these little wusses, you know, right? They get knocked out, they're out of the game. They take me in at halftime. This is in the first half when this happened. So we go in at halftime. It was in the first quarter. So they shine all the lights in my eyes. They ask me the questions. Where are we at? What's the score? Who do you come on the bus with? Et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So I answered all these questions correctly. So they put me back in the game. So we go back in the game. And so every time we would run this play, a dive 30 or 31, I would take a counter step. And as I'm taking this counter step, obviously, I'm a little bit late getting the exchange from the quarterback, which was Danny White at the time. So Danny's complaining because he's scared because they thought that Philly defense was going to blow him up because I'm late getting the handoff. I go to the sideline. Coach Landry is like, "You're not supposed to take a counter step. You're not supposed to take a counter step." And I'm saying, okay. So in the meantime, but every time we go back out on as an offensive unit and we call that play, for some reason, thanks to Ray Ellis, I would take that counter step. Unbeknownst to me at the time, I don't know why I did it. I don't know what triggered me to do that, but it worked. And because every time I took that counter step, it threw off their defense, Philly's defense. Their defense, was through all their film study, they had never seen me take that counter step to come get a handoff. So bam, I'm getting 10 yards, bam, 15 yards, bam, 20 yards. I became, because of that, not running the play the wrong way, I became the player of the game. And after the game, during that time, John Madden would interview the player. And so he showed me, they first of all showed me this play. Trust me. It looked like a Volkswagen getting hit by a locomotive. I mean, he blew me up. He blew me up. And, and I say to this day, we would always go back because we talked a lot of trash out there. And Ray Ellis would, "Yeah, man, you remember me? You remember me?" I said, "Yeah, I remember you." I said, "But do it with me looking at you. Do it with me looking at you." I said, "You'll be grabbing air. You'll be grabbing air." So finally, I got the chance about 2 or 3 years ago. I'm at the Hall of Fame. And this guy comes up to me. And I know he was a player. I know he was the next player. It just happened to be Ray Ellis. He came up to me and said, "Man," he introduced himself, "I'm Ray Ellis." I said, "You son of a gun." I said, "You didn't have to hit me that damn hard." But anyway, but he started giving me my props and said, "Man, what a great player, how much competitor I was," and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So, we had a little bit of fun about it, but just goes to show you, sometimes, getting knocked out is not a bad thing.